Every Dark and Darker player has experienced this. You've killed some players, maybe hit a couple piles, and you're listing everything on the market to rake in those profits. Then all of a sudden, you press the transfer all items button on one of your listings, and it happens.
What? There's gold everywhere. My beautifully sorted inventory, it's filled with bullshit. What do I do? What do I do?
It feels like you have two options at this point. The first is to hop off the game for the night and just hope that your inventory is magically sorted the next day. And the second is to buy more gold storage. So you go to the market, search up gold coin bag, and hit buy.
No!
You may think that you've done nothing wrong, but let me give you an analogy here. Imagine that you have a job. I know, pretty unrealistic, but hear me out. At the end of the month, you have $1,000 left over from your paycheck that you don't know what to do with. So what do? Well, obviously you buy a $1,000 box so that you can store more money. This helps you for a little bit, but at some point you fill up another box and you have the same problem. So you buy another $1,000 box, and then another, and then another. When you're ready to retire, you do have a bunch of money in these boxes, but it's only enough to comfortably live for a few years. And the boxes themselves, they're used now, so they're worth practically nothing. This is not good. How are you supposed to live your dream life out with only a couple years of savings? You might see where I'm going with this. A lot of players are broke at the end of wipe because they keep buying coin bags and chests, which will inherently lose value as the wipe goes on. Instead of that, you need to do exactly what people do in the real world and invest. So the million gold question is, what should you invest in?
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months.
What's up, guys? I'm Pseudo, but today you can call me Jordan Bisford. I'm going to be showing you how I use the Dark and Darker marketplace to its fullest potential, because it's basically just the stock market, but for sweaty video gamers that are gambling addicted. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that this guide has the potential to change how your Dark and Darker wipe goes completely. I genuinely don't think it's clickbait to say that the couple of tips that I have in this video are enough that somebody could use them and make real world money selling gold in Dark and Darker. So are you guys ready for the big reveal? My biggest investment this season has been Legendary Arcane Essence. These were going for 400 to 500 gold at the start of wipe. When the market opened, I had about 40,000 gold, I think, and I literally dumped all of it into buying this stuff because I knew that it would go up in price as the season went on. Let's see how much it's going for right now. Legendary Arcane Essence, yeah, it's going for 1,000 a piece. So I've literally done nothing since the time that I bought all of this, and I've probably doubled the amount of gold that I'm worth just because I bought something that I knew would go up in value. And I have like, let's see, there's 12 rows times 10 is 120, 130, 40, 143 of these. So that's worth 143,000 gold, and I'll just be able to use that whenever I want just by selling a stack of this. I want to also point out this is much more slot efficient than a gold coin bag. You'd have to pay 5,000 gold to be able to store 2,500 gold in a gold coin bag. With Legendary Arcane Essence, you can store 10,000 gold basically in this because they're worth 1,000 gold a piece. And if you buy it at the right time and sell it at the right time, you're going to be making profit on top of that. So instead of buying a gold coin bag that will become valueless at the end of wipe, you're buying something that will make you money. There's a couple of other items that I've bought that I think are good investments. Another example of this is Troll's Blood. At the start of the wipe, the supply of this is so high. There's just a bunch of people farming Troll that can't sell it because there's no marketplace, and the demand for it is very low because like nobody's running BIS right when the market opens up to the point that they need Troll's Blood. But as the wipe goes on and there's more and more artifacts, people are going to start buying this and using it, and the supply-demand ratio will shift, and these will go way up in value. The same goes for high-quality potions of protection, bandages, heals. So those are the type of things that I invest in. Okay, just to prove that I'm not bullshitting, I wanted to pull real market trends from dndprices.com. So this shows where the price of a specific item is over time. So this is season 9. The wipe started earlier than May, so this is some midpoint throughout the season, and you can see that the gold coin bag was around 8,000 gold. Watch how it falls. It's down to 7,000, down to 5,000, down to 4,000, all the way down to the 17th of July, which is when season 10 started. It goes to 400 gold. So that's 20x decrease in price to the point where it's basically worth nothing at the end of the wipe. So if you're buying up a bunch of gold coin bags, you're literally just lighting gold on fire. And you're gonna see the same exact thing happening for this wipe. It starts at 300, goes up to 3,000, 5,000, and this is literally just supply and demand. At the beginning of the wipe, a lot of people are selling stuff and they need place to put the gold. Well, at the end of the wipe, nobody really needs gold coin bags. So let's look at Arcane Essence to draw some contrast. So this is the start of this is season 9 wipe. It goes from 300, 400, then up to 800. It eventually goes all the way up to 1,800, and then it gradually goes back down towards the end of wipe. And then this season, you can see it on a very similar trajectory. Starts at 200. Like I was saying at the beginning of the wipe, it was like 450. It goes up and up. It was over 1,000. Now it's back around like 900 to 1,000. So you can see, you can look at the prices from last season and predict what will happen this season and use that to inform your investment. Troll's Blood is going to be even more drastic than this. It starts at 1,000, goes up, goes up, goes up. It ends the wipe at 10,000. So this is another great thing to put money into, because it's just going to keep going up until the end of wipe. And you can see a similar things happening here. It starts at 1,000, up to 1,800, up to 2,500. Look, it's literally just free money if you put money into this instead of gold coin bags. I don't want your takeaway from this video to be, I need to go to the Dark and Darker market and buy as much legendary Arcane Essence and Troll's Blood as I can afford right now. Instead, I just want you thinking, whenever you are full on gold storage, instead of just reaching to buy another gold coin bag, be creative. Think about the simple supply and demand behind certain items and use that to make investments and buy things that will give you slot efficient gold storage and increase in value over time. The example of why this worked for Arcane Essence at the beginning of the wipe is just a simple supply and demand. In the beginning of wipe, people have a ton of legendary Arcane Essence that they got as rewards for quests, and so when the market comes out, they're going to be listing it for cheap. At the same time, people aren't really going to be buying it because they can't even craft legendary jewelry for it yet. So the supply is high, the demand is low, that means the price is going to be low. Once people start crafting legendary jewelry and people stop earning this as a reward, it's going to be flipped and the price is going to go up. So that's just one example, but there's a ton of examples of this. For example, think about obsidian ore. Right before the obsidian quest comes out where people can start crafting obsidian gear, what do you think is going to happen to obsidian ore? I bet you if you check D&D prices for the before and after obsidian being craftable, you're going to see its price increase drastically. So just use your brain, think about something that might be a good investment. The chances are, even if your investment crashes and burns, it's going to retain more value than a gold coin bag will throughout wipe. Another quick one that can go way up and then way down in value is legendary jewelry, so that can always be a good thing to buy as well. But yeah, I hope that these tips are enough to help you not go broke during wipe, because honestly, the end of wipe, when artifacts are super cheap and gear is super cheap, can be one of the most fun times in Dark and Darker, and I want you to be able to be rich enough that you can buy your absolute dream kit and run it down in the arena. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Feel free to give a sub if you like this type of content and you want to see more of it, and please give me a like if you've gotten to this point in the video. It really helps me push it out to more people. I also want to thank you guys so much. It's actually crazy how much support I've gotten across the last couple of videos. I'm already at 100 subscribers, which is a milestone that I wasn't expecting to hit like ever. And I'm almost at 10,000 video views, which is like just hard for me to comprehend. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna give away some BIS like usual. These are some 6 strength, 6 dex Prowler gloves that I sniped off the market. I want one of you to have them, so comment what you think is a really fun item to invest in, and whatever I think is the smartest or what I think would be the most successful, I'll give these Prowler gloves away to. And then really ambitious goal, but if we get to 1,000 subscribers by September, I'm gonna give away this 2 additional weapon damage Fulgor to one of you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.